Hello everyone. What you're about to see is the my entire Godzilla Heisei Era collection. Enjoy. Hi everyone, Coyote Montana here, and I've got a DVD to unbox, and we're in the next part of the new Godzilla era. Now this is, well, on the back here, first off, this is The Return of Godzilla, aka as the US title, Godzilla 1985. Now, if you actually remember the classic Godzilla movies from the 50s and up to the 70s, which is the Showa era, that was the classic times. And if you actually remember Terror of Mechagodzilla, we did see Godzilla return, so he can have his 10-year break. But now he's finally back after 10 years. So yeah, so Toho brought their famous legendary monster star back after 10 years. 10 years! Wow, that's a really long time. Because ever since they evolved Godzilla into a hero in the original, they've decided to make him into a villain once again on this movie here. Yeah, Godzilla 1985. And on the bottom it says, "The legend is reborn." So, you see, this is not actually like a direct reboot. This is like a sequel from the original, ignoring everything but in between. And how do I know this? Well, according to Cinemassacre, the person named James Rolfe, special shout out to him, he actually did this thing called Godzilla-thon, where he actually talks about every Godzilla movie. Yeah. And I believe he actually seen these Godzilla movies before I did. And I know my dad's seen it too. So yes. So they actually make Godzilla more modern on this movie here. So they made the new suit and stuff. And they actually gave him a scarier look, which is pretty nice. Now, you see, when this came in Japan, it was titled Godzilla, or simply as The Return of Godzilla. But when it came into the US 1 year later, in 1985, it was titled Godzilla 1985. And this era here is called the Godzilla Heisei Era. So this is how it all began with the Godzilla Heisei Era, because if you actually remember the Godzilla Showa era, Gojira, aka Godzilla King of the Monsters, was the first one of the Showa era. So it was a surprise to do this. Now, my dad actually found this on this DVD here on a website, and this is actually a DVD-R, because you can tell it's the red case here. You see, I was actually trying to get the one from Poland, but that never happened. Yeah. So my dad actually found this one, and I was trying to get the Kraken releasing one from 2016 that has the original Japanese one, but it was out of print, which is stupid. But the thing is, they actually never released Godzilla, the US version of this on DVD, because it was about to be released by that studio that has a boat there. If you actually remember watching the classic Thomas the Tank Engine on VHS years ago. You see, if they would have actually done that, then I would have actually got it, then alongside with the Japanese one. Yeah. But the thing is, Raymond Burr is actually in the US version of this movie. He playing as Steve Martin, but instead of calling him Steve Martin, they just call him Mr. Martin. So yeah, I am surprised that I got this. So here's the front cover here. Looks really, really nice. We got Godzilla here, and that's the parts of Tokyo. And there's the jets trying to take it down. And here's the spine. And on the back here, it says The Return of Godzilla, so that's the original. And it says all this, and it says in 1956. That's the original. He first appeared on motion picture screen all across the country. He soon became an international legend who took the world by storm. His impact on audience was intense, hard to pronounce, and I present it, don't know how to say that. His acting technique was revolving. His pleasure was overwhelmed. Now He is back. Oh yeah, the legendary monster himself is back. Now, let's get this open. It's in this plastic here, so that's how you can actually unbox it. And here's the disc. Now you can actually tell that this is an actual DVD-R. See that? Nothing wrong with that. So anyway, so here's the DVD disc, so it looks really good. We got the title that says Godzilla 1985, and we got the King of the Monsters himself there. Man, I can't wait to watch this. It's gonna be great. I mean, starting off with this movie from the Heisei Era, man, from all the Godzilla movies that I've seen, the classic ones, way before the MonsterVerse Era, man, that's Godzilla for you there. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like, send some comments, and hit the bell button for brand new videos, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, everyone. Bye. Hi everyone, Coyote Montana here, and I've got another DVD to unbox, and this is another Godzilla movie that came 4 years later after Godzilla 1985. This is Godzilla vs. Bolante. Now, I've actually never actually heard of this because my first time hearing this was around 2014 from Cinemassacre's Monster Madness Godzillathon. Now, if you actually remember this, even though I never seen it, so Godzilla was somehow in a volcano. In the end of the first one, Godzilla 1985. So he actually came out when it erupted. But the thing is, there was this monster that he was battling, and it wasn't one of the old ones. It was a brand new monster. Her name was Bolante. So she kind of looks like that right there, a plant with a crocodile mouth and all these spines. So the way how Bolante was formed like that is because it was a combination of plant cells and Godzilla cells. Yes, it's a combination of both. So they must have got one of Godzilla's cells. Well, I believe the way how Bolante was formed, she was formed as a rose, and then become that. But the thing is, this was one of the other Godzilla, the second Godzilla movie in the Heisei Era. Now, there's one thing I actually forgot to mention in the last one, but I'll say this. You see, when Godzilla 1985 came into Japan, it came into Japan in theaters, and then it came here to the US 1 year later in theaters for the very first time. So yes, it came into the theaters. But the thing is, Godzilla vs. Bolante actually never came in theaters in the US theatrically. But it came on cable TV, and it was on VHS, English dub. And then later on, it came out on DVD, so you can watch it in Japanese and English dub, which is amazing. So here's the front. It looks really nice. We got Godzilla, and there's Bolante, and it says Super Beast Battle of the Century. Here's the spine. So it's done by Miramax and Lionsgate. And here's the back, and it says everything about it. And it has bonus features, and it has the audio. So there's the original Japanese language, and there's the Japanese, English dub, and the subtitles. It says English translation on the screen text, and there's English subtitles translated from the original Japanese dialogue, and English SDH subtitled in to match the English audio track. So you can they actually have the English SDH subtitles on here. So when it's dubbed in English, it actually matches the English audio track on here. It's just like the same thing with King Kong vs. Godzilla and King Kong Escapes. You see, when the Japanese people are dubbed in English, and we have the subtitles on, the SDH ones, it actually matches the same English audio. Pretty nice. Now, let's get this open. And by the way, before I actually try to get this open, ooh, yeah. Get this open. There's this actress that's on this movie, which I'll be telling you about. Her name was, especially I actually have it on my phone, on if you actually check out the cast, right here, you see that lady right there, that her name is Megumi Daka, and she played as Miki Sigisa. Yeah, so she played as Mickey, who was a girl who has like these psychic powers. She actually first appeared in Godzilla vs. Bolante until all the way up to the last one, which I'll get to soon, of course. So yeah, it is a surprise to hear that. So I'm actually gonna get these off right now, so it's gonna take way too long. So I'll be right back. Now that I got the security tape off, now let's get this open. Here's the disc, just plain color. And there's some of that plastic that broke off. Hold on a moment. Alright, that's good. So here's the DVD, just the plain gray, no artwork on it, but there's Miramax and Lionsgate. Nice. So I actually found this on eBay, brand new. I can't wait to watch this one. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like, send some comments, and hit the bell button for brand new videos, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, everyone. Bye. Hi everyone, Coyote Montana here, and I've got another DVD for you to see. And this is a double feature. This is Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah and Godzilla and Mothra: The Battle for Earth. Now, I actually found this on eBay, and you can tell that this is an actual used condition. A like new condition, of course, because I actually did find a brand new condition on Macari, and my dad tried to buy it, but sadly it was canceled. So this is the one that I can only get. Now, I've actually did see Godzilla vs. King Adora before. I actually made it through the whole thing. And I believe the way how this one goes is that if we actually remember this, you see, Godzilla was actually made from a nuclear radiation. But on this one, it's actually different because he was a dinosaur, so he was a Godzillasaurus. But they actually replaced him with three little Dorats. And when the nuclear bomb hits, they actually form into this big guy here that we know from the old Godzilla movies. Yep, the one and only Ghidorah, the three-headed monster. So they actually brought him back. And get this, Ghidorah's roar on there is a way different than in the original, because in the original he goes like meep. That's his original roar there. So the way how they had to stop King Ghidorah is Godzilla, but he never existed. But Godzilla has been finally reformed. The good news and bad news is that Godzilla's back. And this time on this one, he's bigger and more muscular than ever. Because if you actually remember Godzilla 1985, Godzilla was bigger on there. But on this one, he's bigger on that. Yeah, I gotta say, looks like the famous legendary monsters that we know are actually getting bigger and more scarier than ever. So that's what actually happened on here. Now, I've actually did see this on TV before, but not the whole thing. Godzilla and Mothra: The Battle for Earth. You see, it was actually like almost like a remake of the original, which is the original Mothra vs. Godzilla, aka Godzilla vs. Mothra, or Godzilla vs. The Thing. But it was actually a bit different, but a different story, because Mothra actually starts off in an egg, and then a larva, and then into her moth form. And there was this evil Mothra named Batra. And when he actually roars on here, he actually sounded like Rodan, which is the original word that goes like, wow, I have good impressions of every monster roar that I know. So yeah, so Mothra's the good guy and while Godzilla's the bad guy on this. But Godzilla was actually gone until he made his return in the next one, which I'll get to. So here's the front cover here. There's both the movies. Here's the spine. There's TriStar. And here's the back. And that actress, Kagumi, or so, I believe that's her name. She's actually in these movies too. still. And look at that. See, there's Columbia and TriStar there. And there's the English language, and I believe it has the theatrical trailers and scene selections. Now, for the disc, check it out. Oop. This you can see here. Wow, look at this. It says, "Get ready to rumble." It's a monster smash. Oh, a monster smash is right. There's King Ghidorah destroying Tokyo. There's Godzilla destroying the Tokyo Tower. And those are the twin fairies that Martha guards. And those two are actually two different Japanese actresses. And they did pretty good on here. And look at this. It tells you everything about it. Nice. Look at that. Really nice. And we can see Godzilla and Batra in Japan battling. And look, there's Namco right there. What a surprise to see the Namco logo in the movie. Talk about a great Easter egg there. And on the back here are the scene index. And now, here's the disc. It's an actual double-side disc. And by the looks of the disc, it's actually in a perfect condition. Side A and side B are perfect. No scratches, no nothing. So the person who actually owned this DVD did a really good job taking care of it. So I want to thank that person who took care of this. Thank you. A thumbs up for you. And also, I can't believe I actually made it up to 2,000 subscribers. I can't believe I actually made it this far. So thank you for 2,000 subscribers, everyone. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like, send some comments, and hit the bell button for brand new videos, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, everyone. Bye. Hi, everyone. Coyote Montana here, and I've got another DVD to unbox. And this is another Godzilla movie. And it says 50th anniversary because of 2004. This is Godzilla vs. Mecha Godzilla 2. And on the bottom it says, "The mother of all Godzilla adventures." Oh yeah. Now this one is a direct sequel. It's a sequel from the first one. Now, you see, ever since they actually remade Ghidorah and Mothra, and now they remade Mecha Godzilla, Rodan, and Godzilla's son. But the one thing that's different is that, you see, in the Showa era, Godzilla was actually the good guy, the hero, and Mechagodzilla was actually the bad guy. So the roles on here are actually now reversed. And how? Well, if you actually remember watching Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, after they've actually brought him back and turned to Mecha King Ghidorah, both Godzilla and Mecha King Ghidorah fell in, and the robot head of Mecha King Ghidorah that they got was used to build Mechagodzilla, who was actually the hero of this. Now, I've actually did watch this on TV, and it was pretty amazing. I love it. Really good. And it's amazing that they brought Rodan back, too. Same roar, same everything. And the thing I actually noticed on here, that instead of the old baby Godzilla, which is Minya, this time it was a new baby Godzilla on here, which is a lot different. But the thing is, ever since in the final battle, probably you actually might remember, if you people actually seen it before, yeah, Godzilla actually did die on here, just like the old Godzilla did. Godzilla actually died on this, but he was brought back to life. You see, according to what they said, and according to James Ralph, special shout out to him of Cinemassacre, you see, there was supposed to be an end where Godzilla actually dies and his son lives, but it never happened because they actually saved that for the one Godzilla movie, which is Godzilla vs. Destroyer, which I'll talk about out soon. But get this. On this is when they introduced to Godzilla's Spiral Ray Atomic Breath, the one that's all red and stuff. And how? The help from Rodan. That's how. Because Mechagodzilla's made of metal. Oh, but in the original, he's like made of something. I don't know. But hey, I did watch this and I love it. So let's take a good look at this. We've got the front cover here. Here's the spine. And the back. Looks really nice. And it says, "Will material sex destroy Monster Earth? Mother Earth?" Yeah, true. And look at that. We got English, Japanese, and English. Now, what I actually did notice that when I was watching Godzilla, Son of Godzilla, and Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, I actually started watching it and it goes to the Japanese language. But before I actually did it and turned off the subtitles for the original Japanese language, what I did is that I went to the settings and select English, which is a smart thing I did. Or just press the language button, of course. Alright, now let's get this open. I gotta say, Wolfie Montana and Elijah, if you're watching these, I'm getting the Godzilla movies like you do. And look at that. There's Sony Pictures Home Entertainment. Now here's the disc. Same thing like the front cover. I love it. And it's one of those recycled things. And the disc seems to be in a perfect condition. Look at that. Pretty nice. Man, I love it. Can't wait to get through on watching all of them from the Heisei Era. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like, send some comments, and hit the bell button for brand new videos, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, everyone. Bye. Hi, everyone. Coyote Montana here. Now, if you actually remember the Godzilla movies, first off, we got Gojira, aka Godzilla King of the Monsters, Godzilla Raids Again, King Kong vs. Godzilla, Mothra vs. Godzilla, aka Godzilla vs. The Thing, or also known as Godzilla vs. Mothra, Adora the Three-Headed Monster, Invasion of Astro Monster, aka Monster Zero, aka Godzilla vs. Monster Zero, Abra, Horror of the Deep, aka Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster, Son of Godzilla, Destroy All Monsters, All Monsters Attack, aka Godzilla's Revenge, Godzilla vs. Hedra, aka Godzilla vs. the Smog Monster, Godzilla on Monster Island, aka Godzilla vs. Gigan, Godzilla vs. Megalon, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, and Terror of Mechagodzilla, which all of this is the Godzilla Showa Era. Now, we got the Heisei Era, we got the Return of Godzilla, aka Godzilla 1985, Godzilla vs. Bolante, Godzilla vs. King Adora, Godzilla and Mothra, the Battle for Earth, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, and finally, another double feature DVD, Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, and Godzilla vs. Destroya. Alrighty, now here we go. This is Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla and Godzilla vs. Destroya double feature DVD. Found this on eBay, and this contains the last two Godzilla movies of the Heisei Era. Now, starting off with this. So, I actually did watch Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla before. You see, if you actually remember the Godzilla cells were actually on the Mothra, and the Godzilla cells were actually sucked into a black hole, and they formed into this monster there, Space Godzilla. Yes, that's what actually happened. It was formed into Space Godzilla, who actually has these crystals on his shoulders, and he looks like Godzilla but space. That's why he's called Space Godzilla. I mean, I know some say it's like a dumb name or something, but that's the name of the new monster. And there's baby Godzilla, Godzilla's son, who's a bit older and all green, because in Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, he was blue and he was this tiny, like some sort of human size. But now, he's grown big and he's now green. And at least Godzilla's on here too. The king of the monsters. They actually use a device on him, this tracking thing that they use, that Mickey actually used to talk to Godzilla. So Godzilla actually did battle Space Godzilla on the island until Godzilla got his butt kicked. So ever since when Space Godzilla captured his son, Godzilla's son, now it's up to Godzilla to stop Space Godzilla, with the help of this bot named Mogra, or Morgira, of course. But hey, at least I actually did love the whole movie, and Godzilla did kick Space Godzilla's butt for good. which is amazing. And Baby Godzilla is free. And now, the last Godzilla movie of the Heisei Era. Godzilla vs. Destroyer. Now, this one is the last Godzilla movie, and what actually happened on here? Well, I only went through the middle to the end, which is the final battle. But on this, Godzilla got the case of the meltdown, because you could actually tell by his body right there. See that glow right there? He got the case of the meltdown because he was from the nuclear reaction. That's why his heart is having the meltdown. Because if the temperature goes up high, he blows up and destroys Earth, killing everyone on there. Ooh, yeah. But they actually did cool him down on there. And there's this new monster that looks like this until it formed into Destroyer. But you see, according to what James Ralph said, special shout out to him, it's not Destroyer, it's Destroyer! That's the way how James Ralph actually said it when he was talking about this. And Godzilla's son is on there, Godzilla Jr., and he actually kind of looks like his dad, who died because of Destroyer. But the one thing that was sad, that Godzilla actually died on this movie because of the meltdown, but Mickey and that other lady, don't know her name, they were shocked because Godzilla was about to blow up. And when they cooled him down, he died, and that was pretty sad. But the thing is, Godzilla did pass on his powers to his son, so his son became the new Godzilla. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes in movies and shows they had like these dark moments, which is pretty sad. Anyway, so here's the front cover of this. Here's the spine. There's TriStar. And here's the back. Looks pretty nice. There's Space Godzilla in the city. And look at that, there's the special features. So yeah, so Godzilla is actually the good guy on this one to stop Space Godzilla. And there's Godzilla Jr. fighting off against Destroyer. Yep, and it says, can Godzilla save Japan from intergalactic evil? Yeah, so that's what Godzilla did. He actually saved Japan on this one. So he was actually the good guy on this. Wow. First off, they actually switched him to the bad guy in the early ones, and then they switched him to the good guy on this one. Same thing on this. Looks like Godzilla actually did save Japan. Just like how he did in the classic Godzilla movies. Nice. And it says, get ready for a three-way monster melee! Melee, just like the name of the Smash Bros. Game, Super Smash Bros. Melee. Anyways, let's get this open up. Alright, here's the disc, and it's a double-sided disc. Looks nice. So I believe side 1 has Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, and side B has Godzilla vs. Destroyer. I can't wait to watch it. The whole movie of Godzilla vs. Destroyer. And looks like this concludes the Godzilla Heisei Era. Alrighty, so looks like that concludes the Godzilla Heisei Era. We've got the Showa Era and the Heisei Era together, starting from Gojira and all the way down to Godzilla vs. Destroyer. Man, I can't believe I've actually made it this far of the eras of Godzilla. I mean, wow, I can't believe it. I mean, I know that the Showa Era actually has 15, and the Heisei Era actually has 7. So that's a total of 22 Godzilla movies. Yes, 22 Godzilla movies. That's a lot. And I gotta say, Toho must have really did a really good job with this. With the Godzilla movies that they've done. And also remaking the old ones in the Heisei Era. I can't believe they actually brought back Adora, Mothra, Mechagodzilla, Rodan, and Godzilla's son. I mean, throughout the... I don't know what to say, everyone. I mean, I can't believe I've actually made it this far. Coming soon will be the Godzilla Millennium Era, and then soon, the MonsterVerse Era. Man, I can't believe I've actually made it this far, everyone. I'm really happy for this. Wolfie Montana and Elijah, if you're seeing this, look at these Godzilla movies that I got. It's pretty awesome. Wish me luck on getting the Millennium Era. And wish me luck on getting the Millennium Era, everyone. Because the Millennium Era is going to be pretty good. And it's going to be a lot of confusions too about it. But hey, at least the best thing I like is that when James Rolfe actually talked about these Godzilla movies, it's pretty amazing. I mean, my dad have actually seen a bunch of them. Not all of them, but it's going to be pretty great. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like, send some comments, and hit the bell button for brand new videos, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, everyone. Bye.